No, 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 no! Okay, let me just preface this video by saying that I love Canon. I'm filming on a Canon camera right now, the C300. I use my EOS R all the time, 1DX Mark II, great cameras. But last night, I went on Twitter and I saw that they had announced the Canon EOS RP finally, and I was looking at the specs and I was like, this is pretty interesting. 4K, okay, there's no dual pixel autofocus in 4K, so that kind of sucks, but you can still use it if you really want, just without good autofocus. I don't really use 4K that much anyway, so totally fine with me. We still got 1080, good color science, we got the autofocus, full frame flip LCD screen. This is a camera that I can really start recommending to people who are wanting to get into video, wanting to start a YouTube channel, just wanting to get into the film world. This is a great camera, flip LCD screen, full frame, Canon autofocus, all of that good stuff. Then I went to bed thinking, great, definitely gonna review this camera, can't wait to try it out. I think it's gonna be really good for a lot of kind of beginner or people that wanna get into filmmaking. Those people, it's gonna be really good for them. Then I woke up in the morning and again, I was checking Twitter, and then I saw that it doesn't actually shoot in 24 frames per second in 1080. There's no 24 frames per second in 1080. It only does either 60 frames or 30 frames. No 24 frames per second. And 24 frames per second is the reason Canon cameras got so big with video in the first place. When they put 24 frames per second in the Canon 5D, that's what made them blow up. Even the M50 has 24 frames per second in 1080. So now I'm looking at this camera, and if you're kind of a beginner filmmaker or just getting into filmmaking, you can't shoot in 4K because there's no Canon dual pixel autofocus, so that's not too good. And you can't film in 1080 because there's no 24 frames per second. So what is this camera good for? And my answer right now, in terms of video for filmmakers, it's not good for anything. Usually, actually always, I've been able to find some area or some type of filmmaking that pretty much every camera that has come out in the last couple of years would be good for, including the EOS R. People were so underwhelmed by the specs of this camera, and I was too, but I've been loving this camera. I've been using it a lot. I've tried the Sonys, I've tried Panasonics, I've tried Fujifilm, and still I'm using this camera. It just fits my needs right now. I'm not saying it's the best camera by any means, but it has its place. Full frame, flip LCD screen, great autofocus, Canon color science. There's just a lot of great things about this camera. But the EOS RP, I don't know what it's good for. What is it good for? I would say it's a completely useless camera right now if these specs are true, and I think they are. Unless you're a photographer and you just want to do photography, I'm sure it's a great camera. If you're just a photographer, definitely check it out. But if you're at all into filmmaking, I can't see myself ever using this camera right now. If you put in a pre-order or you're thinking about getting this camera, I would say cancel your pre-order and do not get this camera right now in its current form unless they change the firmware, unless they add 24 frames per second in 1080. I think it's a useless camera right now. I still think Canon is great. I think they make great products, but they are also starting to lose the video people slowly. Every single camera that comes out and the specs are just so underwhelming, or they just do weird stunts like this, like not putting 24 frames per second in 1080, people are starting to walk away. They're starting to go to Sony, they're starting to go to Panasonic, they're starting to go to Fujifilm. All these different camera companies are really pushing the specs, and I think Canon has to do the same. Eventually, Canon has to put out a camera that's not only great quality, just great stuff in there, but also specs-wise is really impressive. So you can just look at the specs on paper and think, dang, that's a good camera. And I'm hoping they're gonna do that. I'm hoping the mirrorless version of the 1DX2 is gonna be just a beast of a camera. If it is, it will cost an arm and a leg and possibly even a kidney. Even if it's not spec'd out super crazy, it's still gonna cost an arm and a leg. But they can't keep playing this game of being conservative and trying to protect their other products, not putting in too many features because it might cannibalize another product. They cannot keep doing this game. And that's why I'm saying do not buy this camera. I'm hoping this camera is a massive flop so that Canon can learn and actually put some features in there that you guys deserve, at least things like 24 frames per second. I don't think that that's too much to ask for, considering even the M50 has 24 frames per second. Yeah, I'm honestly hoping that this camera is a massive flop. So do not buy this camera right now. Maybe they'll update the firmware. Maybe they'll listen to you and us and change some stuff around. If they don't, yeah, I cannot see myself ever using the Canon RP for anything, really. Sorry for being a bit of a negative Nancy. I wanted to warn you guys. I don't want you guys to waste your money. And if a camera is really not good, in my opinion, I want to put that out there because, yeah, I don't want you to spend your hard-earned cash on a camera that really doesn't work for filmmakers. I had a completely different video that I was going to post for today, but yeah, I just had to make this. Dang it, Canon, dang it. Why'd you have to do this to me?